Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So you may be wondering where I've been for the last 9 months, or you maybe not be wondering, right? But either way, I'm here, just dealing with the qualms of life and navigating this crazy world. But I'm here and I'm back. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and be part of the upscale family. We're upscale here. We talk about a lot of things. So if you like what I'm talking about and you want to hear more, then join the family. Okay, without further ado, let's hop right into it. So I'll start by saying this. I hate my job. And you may be wondering, hey, why do you hate your job? There's so many reasons why I hate my job. But I don't hate my job, but I hate my job. So let's start from the beginning. Back in the early 2000s, I worked for a bank. Now, I was working for that bank for 3 years. I started off as a teller, got promoted to a sales specialist. As a sales specialist, I was able to open bank accounts and work as a teller. However, I wasn't paid like I'm a personal banker, so I wanted to get promoted, and it just became so difficult getting promoted. So I would see a personal banker position, apply for it, and interview for it. It would go well, and when they would reach out to my center director, he would talk nonsense. I don't know what he said to the people, so I did not get the position. And it didn't only happen to me. He did that to several of us. That's why most people were trying to leave. So at that time, it was 2 of us as sales specialists. And a day I got called into the office and was told, hey, Monday, don't show up here. You're going to another branch because their sales specialists got fired. Mind you, I lived down the block from where I worked at the bank. So they're sending me on the other side of Brooklyn. That's going to take me an hour plus to get there and just inconvenience me altogether. I just had a baby and I wanted the job. Even though I was very angry at what they did, because it was 2 sales specialists at that location and they could have picked her. Technically, she drove, she had a car, but I think they conspired and they sent me. For whatever reason, I was the one that they chose to pick on. So I end up going to that location. Mind you, I would have to literally take a taxi there every day. The taxi driver and I became so cool. Like, I didn't even have to call him anymore. He just knew that he was coming to pick me up. If I didn't, then I would have to take 2 buses to get there. And one of these buses, it took forever. So I would be late every day if I had to go that route. Hence the reason why I was taking the cabs. Even if I woke up early. Mind you, I have a kid. So I have to take her to daycare. I have to get her ready in the morning. There's no way I'm getting to work for 8 o'clock. So I would take a cab every morning. Mind you, whilst we were at that location, everything's going cool. I don't have a problem with the people that I'm working with. Everything is good, dandy. Now, a Saturday after work, one of the staff members there, she's like, hey, I'm going to take this exam in Manhattan. Do you want to come with me? So nothing better to do. I'm like, sure, no problem. I'll come with you. So I went with her. We went to Manhattan, Center Street. I remember that. So, like, it was yesterday. And when we got there, the line was around the block. So, when it was our turn to the front, the lady was like, you know what? It's full in there. We cannot accommodate you today, but do you mind coming back tomorrow to take the exam? So I'm like, hey, no problem. We're good. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. So Sunday came. We went this Saturday. We couldn't take the exam. So Sunday came and we went in and we took the exam. Mind you, I don't know anything about working for the city of New York. I've always been private. So went in there, didn't, know any of the things they're asking, but I'm not a stupid person and I use common sense and I just answered to the best of my ability. Didn't remember it. After that, I quit the bank because, hey, it was just not sustainable. I just couldn't keep up with paying with the taxi. It was just too much for me, so I quit. And they gave me unemployment full. They did not harass me. They did not say anything to me. And if you quit a job, they usually do not give you unemployment. But they knew what they did to me was wrong. So, they gave me the unemployment. I took it. I was in college at the time. So, hey, unemployment in college. And at the time, they had this program of unemployment. If you was in college, you would get unemployment for additional weeks. So that's somewhat, I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm going to the gym. I'm hanging out. Having the time of my life. I ain't have to worry about work, just taking care of myself. So I get a letter in the mail, and the letter states, hey, before I got that letter in the mail, I got a letter that told me how much I scored. So I think I scored a 71 or 72 on that exam. I was 1,056 or something on that exam. Didn't think about it. Didn't think I wasn't going to get called. I'm like 1,000 something. Like, they're never going to call me. But I was wrong. That summer, I got a letter in the mail saying for me to come to a pool. Mind you, I don't know what a pool is. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. Day of the pool came, went to the pool. When I got there, they had like 50 people in that room. So I'm freaking out because I'm like, it's one position and they're interviewing like 50 people. Mind you, I didn't understand how anything worked. So that was my train of thought. Stay with me, guys. So, different people are going in to interview, and I'm thinking that, hey, some people are coming out crying, some people are coming out smiling for joy, and I'm trying to figure out, hey, why are these people crying and why are these people happy? So, you're asking questions like, hey, what's going on? What happened? And, people are telling you, hey, this is what they're asking. This is what, the people that's crying, they're not telling you anything. They're just walking out. So eventually it became my turn. I went in, I sat with the lady, she's asking me. Yeah, so I went in, I sat with the lady, and, she's asking me the basic questions. She's asking me, how long you've been working with the bank. She's asking me about my customer service, just the basic things. So then after we're done with the question, she's like, I would like to offer you a position. Would you like to accept it? And I'm like, yes, I would love to. I'm excited. Like, this is my first big girl job, but like, this is like an accomplishment. Like, wow, like, okay, I know I got it in me to interview and get the position. So I'm very excited. I'm happy. You go in for processing, just everything that you need to do to start a new job. After that, they sent us for 8 weeks of training. So for 8 weeks, we're learning what we need to do. We taking exam, we're taking quizzes, we're interacting with each other. We become so close. So you form that bond with the people that you start with, and it's just such a good time. Everything is new. You're excited to learn. You want to be the best at it. It's a very exciting time. So at the end of it, you got your location where you would be going to. So my location was in Coney Island. And if you're from New York, you know where Coney Island is. If you're not from New York, Coney Island is where they have an amusement park, but it's also residential and it's commercial. So we were sent to, some of us, not all of us, but some of us, we were sent to Coney Island. So when we got to Coney Island, you know, we're familiar with each other, but there's people that's been there for a long time. So we're getting introduced to them. We're getting introduced to our supervisors. We have to sit with, even though we were trained for 8 weeks, we have to put it was in theory, right? So now we have to put it into practice. So we're sitting with staff that's already there. They're showing us, you know, how to do it. And after a week of sitting with staff, then you get to at your desk and you got to do it on your own. Mind you, at the time, we had to see clients face to face. So the clients are sitting with you and you conversing with them. After 6 months, I was a pro at this. I was such a pro at doing my job that I was translating in Spanish for the people, some of the people that work there. And mind you, I don't even speak, I'm not Spanish. So that's how like great I was at what I got really good at doing this job. Really enjoyed it too. You know, at that time, I'm a people person. I want to learn people. I'm naive. You know, you're young. You're still young, in my early 20s. So I'm a little young and naive, not, you know, knowing that people lie. They lie. So, you know, I'm getting to know people, getting to know their stories, everything like that. Mind you, at that time when I first started, my schedule was Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So as a new person, they don't keep your schedule as 9 to 5. Technically, they put as needed, right? So if you're new, your schedule's supposed to be 10 to 6. I'm like, listen to me. I cannot do 10 to 6. I'm in college. My class starts at 6. And I'm not going to leave here. If I leave here at 6, I'm never going to make it to class. And I've already invested my money in taking these classes. I am not going to not take these classes because I'm not going to get that money back. So I went to my director and I told her, I said, I know that I'm new. However, I have a hardship. My hardship is I'm in college and I would like the courtesy of, after the semester is done, that you could keep me at 9 to 5 until the semester is done. After that, you could put me at 10 to 6, whatever the case may be. She did not want to do that. She's like, oh, it's not fair. There's people that's been working here that want to do 9 to 5, but they haven't been given 9 to 5. We only, just, you know, all of that sing song. Like, she's singing a song to me. Mind you, there's another girl that started after me and she had childcare issues and she allowed that girl to remain 9 to 5. Keep that in mind. So they went, changed my schedule 10 to 6. Did I come 10 to 6? Absolutely not. I would go to work every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Because, baby, I am getting to school. I am not staying here till 6 p.m. It's just not happening. You guys figure how to adjust my schedule, how to adjust my time. I'm not doing it. Once I clock in 9 to 5, somebody got to approve this time. It's not that I ain't coming to work. Again, I'm on probation. Once you start working for the city, you have 1 year probation. Technically, you have no rights. They could fire you for anything. But I peeped something earlier. I realized that the city was very desperate for people to work because they were overwhelmed with the number of clients coming in and they didn't have the staff. So I kind of used that to my advantage. Don't be like me, okay? Don't be like me. So once I peeped that, I was like, they're not gonna really fire me because technically I'm being insubordinate, but I'm not being insubordinate because I told you that I have this commitment. Anyway, continued doing it. They did what they did. Eventually, they allowed me to do the 9 to 5. During that time, Storm Sandy happened, and the place that we were at, it got flooded, so we had to move. But for me, there was this one girl that wanted to work. She was at another branch, another location, and she was working Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and she didn't want to work Saturdays anymore, so we did a swap. So she took my Monday through Friday 10 to 6 schedule, and I got her Tuesday through Saturday 9 to 5 schedule. Okay, Saturday. Who wants to work on a Saturday? Mind you, I have a kid, right? Not a teenager, not a kid, a baby. A toddler. She's like 3 years old. So who's gonna watch it for me on a Saturday? I know. I mean, you guys would say, but you knew that. I did. But stick with me. I'll tell you the thought process, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna work for a couple, Saturdays. And then I'm going to go to my director and let her know that I have a kid and I lost my childcare and I can't work Saturdays anymore, hoping that she would allow me to work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, right? You would think that these people have some kind of empathy, some sympathy, some heart. You would think that they do. Anyways, so that's what I did. I worked a couple of Saturdays, and after that, I went to my director and I said to her, Director, I don't think I can work Saturdays anymore because I have a child and the person that was taking care of her on a Saturday is no longer able to do that, and I cannot afford to pay childcare for her. She's like, oh, well, I can't give you 9 to 5, but I can give you 11 to 7 Monday through Friday. Is she dumb? Is she slow or something? If I can't do a Saturday, what make you think I can do 11 to 7? I think these people are a special kind of right? So I said to her that wouldn't work for me. Absolutely not. I can't work 11 to 7. First of all, daycare's pickup is at 6. Who's going to pick her up at 7? If I leave work at 7, I'm picking my kid up at 8, 9 o'clock? Make it make sense to me. So I said, absolutely not. It's not going to work for me. She was like, well, that's the only thing I could do for you. All right, well, you could do whatever you feel like you want to do. But listen, I'm not coming to work 11 to 7. Don't be like me, kids. I'm a rebel. So I would come to work every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I would come in at 9 and I would leave at 5. Supervisor, you figure out how to adjust this time because I ain't staying till 11. I ain't coming in at 11 and I ain't staying till 7. It just ain't happening. So I don't know what they did. They could have wrote me up a million times, which they didn't. They didn't because, they knew that would not make any sense. But, they was giving me a hard time. They didn't want to sign off on my timesheets and all of that stuff. That's not my problem. Once I got paid every 2 weeks, y'all could do whatever the hell y'all want. So after a while, that went on for a while, I was speaking to my supervisor. And he said he's a 7-day Adventist and he doesn't work on Saturdays because of his religion. A light bulb went up in my head. So I'm like, okay, you don't work on Saturdays because you a 7-day Adventist? That's what I need to become, a 7-day Adventist. So, what did I become? And I don't play with religion, guys. Honestly, I was dedicated in the 7-day Adventist church, so technically I'm Seventh-day Adventist, right? Technically. I don't follow church or religion. I believe in the Most High Yah. So at that time, I was like, okay, I need somebody to write me a letter stating that I go to this church and they need me there on a Saturday. Because if they not gonna budge for childcare, they gotta budge for religion, because they cannot what? Discriminate. So I was like, okay, I got something for you. So found someone, wrote me up a letter, said all the nice gushy stuff, put in for a reasonable accommodation, and sent it off to HR. So, I'm waiting. I'm like, oh boy, when are they going to approve this thing? So, days go by, weeks go by, and then I get a letter saying, hey, we would like to approve your reasonable accommodation so you can only work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. People, you got to be 2 steps ahead of these people, because mind you, I'm new. So all of this is happening within 1 year of me working for the city of New York. 1 year. All of this is happening. And I'm making it light of it now, but at the moment it was happening, I was pissed off. I wanted to quit that job. I wanted to beat people up. I looked at these people like, you people are disgusting. The worst set of people on the planet. Just nasty for no reason. Why are you so nasty? What I do to you? You know me from somewhere? So we're dealing with all of that. People retire, because a lot of these people were there for many, many years. So some of them retire. Some of them got promoted, so they left. Again, the city doesn't own any of their buildings. They lease it out. So we have to move. So they pack us up like sardines. Hey, you come. What you do, you get a memo, and it tells you on such and such day, you have to start packing your boxes so you can move to West Bubble, whatever. So pack up boxes. The movers come, they take your box, and they send us to a different location. Mind you, I don't really like that location. I like the people. And it's, you know what made it kind of nice? The same people that you grew accustomed to, you made friends with, they became family. The same people you're moving with. So technically it's not horrible, right? So if we were all separating, then it would be kind of horrible. But since we're all staying together, it kind of makes the move not as horrible as it would have been. However, I don't like the place that we're going to. The building is nice, the accommodation is nice, but the cubicles are like right here. Because I could just do this. I don't even need to do that. I could do this and see you right over here. I could smell your fart. I could hear everything you saying on that phone. So I don't like it. Everybody in your business, you in everybody's business, your supervisor's right here, the director's right there. It's like everybody's on top of each other. So I didn't like it. The accommodations, horrible. However, you with the same people you started with, so it's good. I like that, it's closer to where I live, kind of. So that's comforting and convenient for me because, I drove to work at the time. So parking back then was like $8 a day, $10 a day, convenient. So I liked it. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Even though I don't like the setup, I like the location. I like the convenience of that location. There's nice restaurants. It was a good time, right? It was a good time. But you know what don't last? Good times. The thing about the city of New York, they always have a trick up their sleeve. It's like they dangle you like this. You're like a little yo-yo. So that's how they play with you. They just play with you like that. And It's really upsetting how they do not take anyone's situation. And I understand you're doing a job, right? I understand you're doing a job. But at the end of the day, if you want people to do a job without feeling content of that job, you want to treat them well, right? But don't tell that to the people that work for the city of New York. It's like they're so far removed from the workers that they just don't think about us in any of the decisions that they make. It's all about a profit, which is fine. We get it. Mind you, we're not taking anything, we're giving, right? But it's all an illusion. It's all about the illusion that they're giving, and they want to continue giving, and they want to continue It's all an illusion. And within that, even though you have to sit there and help clients and smile like you're happy, they don't pay you enough, and they overwork you to the bone. Most people that work for the city of New York have to do overtime, triple time, double time in order to make ends meet. And that really sucks, that you have to be the one providing a service to a client. You have to do it graciously. You have to do it with a smile. And yet still, you have to wonder, how are you going to pay your rent next month? Because the city of New York just doesn't pay you enough. You have to wonder how you're going to buy food to put in your fridge. Because they pay you just enough that you don't qualify for the benefits that you have to give to a client. How you going to get to work? Because now you got to buy a MetroCard, right? And you know these damn MetroCards go up like every week. 1 week is $150, next week is $250. You just can't keep up. But your salary is like stagnant. Yet still, you have to service clients with a smile. Hi, my name is, and I'm here to assist you. Really and truly, you're struggling inside. Mind you, you have to do it graciously, right? And demure, right? That's how you have to be, right? A lady all the time. I say this to say that nothing good lasts with the city of New York. Now, let me just go back. I started in the early 2000s. I got trained. I got sent to one location. I got transferred to another location. I got relocated to another location. And all of that happened within 1 year. And they talk about mental health. They worried about my mental health. Were they really worried about anybody's mental health? Because I don't see that being a factor for them. They didn't care about our mental health. But yet still, they wanted us to service clients with a smile, right? We have to service them with a smile. But listen, it doesn't end here. We move again. And that's where I'm going to end this story. If you want part 2 to this story, please like the video. I need at least 10 likes on the video, and I will drop part 2 of number 4 move with the city of New York. Thank you so much for coming to Upscale TV and listening to my video. I want to share these stories with you guys. I want to show you ways to navigate these hurdles if you work for the city of New York, or if you're thinking about working for the city of New York. It's definitely challenging. I have so many great stories to tell. I have advice to give. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Turn on your post notifications. Subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to build a YouTube family, and I want to thank you. I want to thank anyone that comes across this video and listens to it. If you can identify with it, leave a comment below. Let me know your experience working with the city. You know, we don't talk about these things enough. We just, keep it a secret. Like, we don't have to tell, or we have to keep it all in. But I feel like putting it out there, letting it out, is a form of healing and a way to help others know that they're not alone in this situation. So again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming to this YouTube channel. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.